Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. We are right here in the city of Memphis. It's in the state of Tennessee. It's in the county of Shelby. Today, date early Monday morning, February the 8th, 2016. Time 2:20 a.m. First, say thank you all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement and support. I'll continue to keep myself employed right here in the city of Memphis, in this tri-state area. I'll continue to further my education at Monroe College online. I'm pursuing my associate's degree. I'm studying business administration with concentration media. Excuse me. And we're going to continue to talk about African traditional religion. African traditional religion is a way of life. It's not a word that you phrase that you throw out by any means necessary. I got my mind on my money, my money on my mind. It's not a phrase, it's not a hook, anything of that nature. African traditional religion is a way of life. It's a way of life. It's how you live. And it's being taught in institutions of higher learning in sub-Saharan Africa, colleges and universities from the African nation of Senegal all the way down to South Africa. They teach African traditional religion. The Department of Religion at these colleges and universities in sub-Saharan Africa. They will inform you that you can earn a degree, a bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD in African traditional religion. Also, the music that you're hearing is this is Africa.me. They got 3 radio stations, hit radio station, ghetto radio station, classic radio station. That's the classic radio station we're trying to buy now. And you can earn a degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD in African traditional religion. Now, if you're a student like myself, you may not have been born in sub-Saharan Africa. You may have been born either, for instance, because of the East African slave trade, the Arab slave trade, as they call it, you might be a descendant of the Bantu people, as they refer to the zones, such as like the CDs, might be living in Afghanistan somewhere, India, Pakistan, somewhere in the Middle East, somewhere. Might be somewhere on the South Arabian Peninsula or in West Asia. But your descendants are not Afro-Asian. Your descendants, where you descended from, is Niger Congo, Bantu. And you may be interested, you might be watching this video. And it's a possibility you may be interested in going to school in sub-Saharan Africa. And trying to find some kind of way to make arrangements for travel arrangements, things of this nature, to be able to go to school and study African traditional religion. And there's an option. If you can't afford to travel, you may be able to afford, to pay your cable bill and Wi-Fi, to be online. Could possibly be able to afford to go online. National Open University of Nigeria, they teach African traditional religion, distance learning, or online, or what they refer to as distance learning. And also another institute is the University of South Africa. And they teach African traditional religion online. And students like myself living here in the Western Hemisphere, And my ancestors, uh, Niger Congo, and from Canada, United States, and U.S. territory, Mexico, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, or what they refer to as, you would say Caribbean or Caribbean. Uh, in the Western Hemisphere, we know that the West African slave trade, or they refer to it the transatlantic slave trade, the majority of us, our ancestors, Niger Congo. Now, they've been doing all this DNA testing, and DNA testing could possibly say that one of your ancestors may have got thrown on a boat, understand, but because of the slave trade, got thrown on a ship and somehow didn't die. He made it across. A lot of people died on their way when they left, Senegal and Gorée Island. They didn't make it. They didn't make it, man. Disease, and they just didn't make it. They got thrown overboard. So for some reason, you did a DNA test and you find out that one of your ancestors before 1807 and 1808 was a Nilo-Saharan, and you still see that in your family line, on one side of your family, you may find one person came over here from the continent of Africa, from sub-Saharan Africa, and got sent over here on a boat and somehow made it and lived. That one person was a Nilo-Saharan, but the rest of your family, on the other side of your family and on that side of the family, a Niger Congo. And for all of us, we know our ancestors, Niger Congo. And you're interested in going to school in sub-Saharan Africa, in one of these colleges and universities. But then we know that you can either get on an airplane. Now you think it may cost you it might be a financial burden. Well, I mean, for some people, out there where you live, for some people, even here in the United States, it could be a financial burden. Excuse me. For some people, it could be. It's a possibility it could be a financial strain. But for a lot of people, it's not. Like I say, when I look at the plane ticket, just a regular plane ticket, American Airlines, from Memphis to Senegal, it was less than $5,000. One-way plane ticket, one-way plane ticket. It was less than $5,000. So being less than $1,000, if I'm working minimum wage, even if I'm working minimum wage in one of these temp services, and I get paid every week, I can save up some money. I just had to cut back on all these other things, but I keep food on my table, clothes back, roof my head, and just go to work, working minimum wage. You could possibly save up some money for a plane ticket. I know I could, because I seen when I looked at the plane ticket, it was less than $5,000 to Senegal. Now another plane ticket, if I decide to go East Africa a little bit further, from Memphis to Nairobi, Kenya, in East Africa, it was still less than $5,000. It was still less than $5,000. So working minimum wage, you can still, I keep food on my table, clothes back, roof on my head. You can get on a plane. Now, if you're living in Mexico somewhere, Central America, South America, your financial situation may be a little bit different. Or in the Caribbean or Caribbean, You know, it's still there's an option. Online learning, distance learning, online. The National Open University of Nigeria, they teach African traditional religion online. The University of South Africa, they teach African traditional religion online. Yes, they do. They teach it online. If you can't afford to go get on a plane, there's an option online. And maybe if you can't afford, even if you can't afford to get online, well, uh, now that's a question. Uh, they don't, I don't see anything being taught in this part of the world, in the Western Hemisphere, or in outside of Africa. But for all of us that can see, uh, afford to either travel or either can afford online, we know that these uh, African traditional religion is something that we can consider. And the financial part of it is not really just an issue that I had to decide not to go to school. But for a lot of us, the financial issue, once we get our budget together, we can see that we can work this thing out. We can work it out. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, for everybody that's interested, African traditional religion is being taught at institutions of higher learning in sub-Saharan Africa. And think about it. And I'm still trying to get over this cold. Like I said on my previous video, I got a little head cold, but slowly but surely it's going away. Got my Kleenex. Got my Kleenex. So uh, if I somehow sneeze, start coughing, so we're gonna get back to what we was talking about on yesterday on my previous video, and go back to when we were talking about the water being being poisoned and everything. That's a serious thing now. Uh, that is really a serious issue, and that's something that shouldn't be you know uh, looked at as being it's just the attitude sometimes uh, that when we think about crime and punishment, let's just say you get a speeding ticket. Oh man, that ain't no big deal. You got a speeding ticket. So that's how you look at it. Here it is. Some people got poisoned by lead. Oh man, that ain't no big deal. Ah, don't worry about it. What's some lead poison? No, you need to be concerned about the poison of other people, and especially the children got poisoned with some lead pipes and iron. And you know, uh, it's not a small thing. It's a serious thing that has been perpetrated by some politicians, and they think they can just play this pass the buck game. Well, and what that means is like the governor, instead of him saying no, it's on me. I take responsibility. It's on me. No, what he done, he passed the buck to the attorney general. He ain't even said nothing about the lieutenant general. He just went in and went straight the attorney general. And then the attorney general, he turned it over to, he passed the buck over to the what's the agency? The environmental quality people. He passed it over to them. It's just nobody wants to be responsible. They just find somebody else to blame. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know that caught my attention. They was giving a news conference. They was giving a news conference, and they were saying they was trying to investigate to see if a crime had been committed, and this was after people had been going to the doctor, children been going to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician and the doctors already telling them that the people being poisoned by lead, and you know lead poison is irreversible, and then you're gonna get up on TV and talk about we trying to investigate to see if a crime been committed. Man, once you go to the doctor, once you go to the doctor and get diagnosed, and you get a diagnosis from the doctor, from the physician at the hospital, and they tell you got lead poisoning, that's a crime. Automatic, that's a crime right then and there. Man, it's just like you go to the emergency room with your child, and your child got a scratch, and you sitting there trying to explain to the nurse and to the doctor what happened. Don't you know the people sitting there looking at you crazy until they do an examination? You already a suspect in child abuse, child, you know, some kind of criminal charge with a child, even though your child got a scratch on the knee, fell down outside, riding on a tricycle, or just outside playing in the driveway, and fell down, scarred their knee, and you bring them into the emergency room. What you think the people? What you think the people in the emergency room been told? They got laws. It's against the law. It's a crime. Anytime somebody, it don't even have to be a child. I'm gonna tell you like this. It don't even have to be a child come to the emergency room. It can be an adult. You can bring yourself to the emergency room, and you got a wound, you know, some type of injury on your body. Let's just say a gunshot wound. Let's just say you come to the emergency room and you got a gunshot wound in your leg or your arm. Don't worry. I got a gunshot wound to the arm. To get the bullet out, I'll be alright. And be alright, nothing. It's gonna be an investigation. They're gonna ask you what happened. How you get that gunshot wound? You got to explain to them, to the doctor, to the nurse. You got to explain, how you get that gunshot wound? I was cleaning my gun, and the gun went off. Pow! A shot, and it went off. Yeah, that's your version. But the doctor been trained to see what direction did the bullet come in? Did it come from this side? Did it come from up under the arm? Did it come from this way? They can tell if it's a self-inflicted wound or did somebody shoot you. They can tell. They can tell if you've been shot by somebody else or did you accidentally shoot yourself cleaning your gun. See, when you come in the emergency room, see the doctors and the nurses, they've been trained. They automatically know about lead poisoning. So when they talk about this poisoning up there in Flint, Michigan, you talking about you trying to investigate and see if a crime been committed. Once you go to the emergency room, that's it. That's automatic a crime. They know a crime. Lead poisoning. Lead poisoning. In this day and time, lead poisoning. How that sound? You don't even find lead paint no more. In all these public housing projects, you don't even find lead paint anymore. So when you say lead poisoning, and then this is another thing, when they did an examination, the level of lead poisoning, how much lead poisoning in the body? A lot, and it's irreversible. And you trying to invest to see if a crime been committed. Shoot, A crime been committed. And it's not just one person comes to the emergency room. You got more than one, two, three, four, five people. Then you got people all live in the same community. Come on, man. You what other evidence do you need? You everybody in the same neighborhood, all the children at the same school, all the children in the same community, and their mama and their daddy, and the pets. Even your dog and your cat you've been giving your dog and cat water. The water that you've been giving your cat and your dog got lead poisoning. Even the animals, your pet got lead poison. And you trying to pass the buck. You don't want to accept responsibility. The evidence is right there. You can't get around. You can't get around. And then everybody talking about Flint, Michigan. How you gonna get around it? They not just talking about, okay, we got one case. We got like 3 cases of lead poisoning in Memphis, Tennessee. And we got about 5 cases in New York City. And we got, we got about 7 cases of lead poisoning in Detroit, Michigan. And then we got some more lead poisoning over next door in Chicago, Illinois. And then we got some more lead poisoning in Missouri. No, it's not like it's in Flint, Michigan. Nowhere else in Flint, Michigan. Lead poisoning. What other evidence do you need? The evidence is overwhelming. It's a crime. A crime been committed. You can't talk to people no stupid way. Nobody's crazy. How you gonna have all these people in Flint, Michigan, in the city of Flint, and then the environmental people they sitting up here talking about they didn't clean the water, and they got all this evidence the water itself is still polluted right now. It's still polluted right now, and it's still running through the lead pipes. What you gonna do about the lead pipe? What you gonna do? You gonna try to hide the pipes? Shoot, man. A crime being committed. You just gotta accept the fact. You can't get around it. Ain't no getting out of it. You got people coming to the emergency room, the pediatrician, doing examination on the children. Then other doctors doing examination on the mom and the dad. The veterinarian is gonna have to do examination on the cats and the dogs. Shoot, man, you can't get around it. I know yesterday, we was talking about I read something about the book, Dr. Mbedi's, Dr. John S. Mbedi's book, and we gonna get right back to that because we know that you know it shouldn't be looked at lightly. When we started discussing this, is the reason why we started talking. When we started talking, the people absorb what the subject matter, and then once they see what we're talking about, and then they see that they themselves, the information that's being dispersed, it's irrefutable. See, you can't come behind me when we were talking about the Afro-Asiatic in the Bible. What you gonna come behind me and you gonna prove me wrong? You don't have to come behind me and prove me wrong. Who you think in the Bible, in the Old Testament? First of all, if you think you're gonna come behind me, then go to the book of Genesis and ask yourself to God, what group of people you think is in the Bible, in the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis? Who you think them people is? The French? Who you think? You think them people the Chinese? The Japanese? Who you think them people is? The Cherokee Indians or something? See, this how you have to put it to people sometimes. Sometimes this is how you got to talk to people sometimes. But just who you think them people is in Genesis. in the book of Genesis in the Old Testament? Let's get to that. Don't answer that. No, don't tell me the answer. You answer. Who you think the people is in the book of Genesis? Who is them? Who are they? The Mongolians, the Chinese, the Koreans, the Japanese. Let's just go through a process of elimination. The Filipinos. Let me see. Let me think. The people that live in Bangladesh. That's who you think it is. Let me think. The people that live in Sri Lanka. That's the people that's in the book of Genesis. Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. And the serpent. And the serpent. See, when you start talking about people's culture and custom, the things that's being talked about and the way they talking about it and talking about the serpent, talking about God, all this. Well, who you think those people is? Who do you think those people are in the book of Genesis? The people in India, some people in Central Asia, the people in Iran. Now, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump over here to the Western Hemisphere. I tell you what, it's them people, the Eskimos in Alaska. That's who the people in Genesis is. It's the Eskimos. No, they ain't them. It's the Sioux Indians. No, it ain't them. The Cherokee Indians. No, it ain't them. The Apache Indians. No, it ain't them. I tell you what, it's the Mexicans. It's the people down in Mexico. No, it ain't. What people you talking about in Mexico? It's a whole lot of people in Mexico. The Mayans. People down in Central America. What about South America? Yeah, we running out of people, man. So I guess we go over to Europe. Then I tell you what, in the book of Genesis, it's in Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, and the serpent. Let me think. The Russians. That's what it is. The Russians. No. Let me think. It's the Germans. Mm, Let me think. The French. No. It's the Irish. It's the Irish. No, it's the Irish. Scottish? No. The Welsh? No. Hmm. We're running out of people, man. Let me think. Let me think. The Belgians. That's who it is. No. What? Not the Belgians? Hmm. Let me think. I know what it is. It's the Polish people. It's the people in Poland. No. What? Czechoslovakia. No. That's not it. No. Uh, I I know what it is. It's the people in Hungary. It's the Hungarians. No, not the Hungarians. No. Uh, hmm. I know what it is. It's the Spanish people. No, not Spanish. The Portuguese. No. The Italians. No. The Greeks. No. People in Turkey. No. Man, we're running out of people, man. I done went all East Asia. I done went all the way up to West Hemisphere. Now I'm back over here in the Middle East again. Well, who is who are you talking about? Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, the serpent. And you talking about the Afro-Asiatic. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about. When you talk about Noah, who speak that way? Then had the flood. Then after the flood, Ham, Shem, Japhet. Who talk that way? See, see, this is what the linguists will tell you the same thing. When you start talking that way, and you go around the world, it's a very narrow group of people. I'm talking about you can narrow it down when people just talk about language and linguistics. When you say Ham and uh, Shem and Japhet and the way they named the mountain, Mount Ararat, something like that. See, when you start talking about people and how they talk, the linguistics, it's the Afro-Asiatic. It's not Niger Congo. And the Niger Congo will tell you the same thing. From Senegal all the way down South Africa, they don't talk that way. That's just the book of Genesis. Abraham, Abram, changed his name from Abram to Abraham, and then Ishmael, the Egyptian woman, Hagar, his Abram's sister, half sister, Sarah. See, when people start talking about the investigation, they're gonna tell you when you talk about the Bible, the Old Testament. There's no need of you looking all around the world trying to figure out what language or it's the Afro-Asiatic. It's point blank. It's just a clear. The evidence is right there in front of you. The linguists gonna tell you this, they're gonna tell you that when you go all around the world, nobody speak that way. And when you be in Africa, it's not the Austronesian down there in Madagascar. What do you think? Who you think them people here? Talking about Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, Eden, and start talking about how God created and let there be light and all that. Who talk that way? See, the linguists will tell you that the language that you see in the Old Testament, that's the Afro-Asiatic. Then they translated it later on, years later. The Bible, all the different type of translation of things of this nature. But that's what you had to deal with. That's what you had to really come to the realization that the Old Testament and the New Testament, a lot of it, man, if we're gonna get to the New Testament, we're gonna deal with the Old Testament on today's video. We're gonna start in the book of Genesis. Because we need to make sure we don't have this confusion. And sometimes you have to talk to people and you have to bring this point up. You have to use your common sense in this day and time. In this day and time. And when you talk about the people in the Old Testament, do you ever ask yourself just who are these people? And who on this earth today that see their own people in the Bible? Now let's deal with this right here. This black and white. See, it's not no black people and no white people in the Bible. We finna clear that up right now. We finna clear that up right this instant. You're not finna say that. You ain't finna say it's black people in the Bible. No. I don't know what you're talking about, man. They don't, nobody in the university or the college of the university gonna recognize anything you're saying. Talking about some white people in the Bible. What is you saying, man? Talking about some black people in the Bible. Nobody, what is you saying? You got people in the Bible that are like they refer to themselves as Egyptians, Ethiopians, Greeks, Romans. That's how they refer to themselves, man. Nobody know what the hell you talking about. Talking no black people in the Bible, no white people in the Bible. What you mean? These people are Greeks, Romans, you know what I'm talking about. Shoot, man, people don't uh, refer to themselves that way. We'll clear that up right now. We'll get that cleared up right now. So when we deal with the old, when we go to the Old Testament, we're not gonna go to the New Testament on today. But we only thing we know about the New Testament. We know about Jesus and his 12 disciples. One of his disciples, Judas, betrayed him. We know about it. We know about the New Testament: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and the Apostle Paul being on a street called Straight. We gonna get there, but we don't get to the Old Testament because we want to make sure that when we get to the Book of Genesis, look, just who you think them people is: black people, white people, yellow people, red people, brown people. No, that's not who they are, man. See, these people were talking. Adam and Eve started using language, and they were talking to God. They in the garden, Eve talking to God. Hell, even the serpent started talking. You know, that's uh that's one of the things that we're dealing with. We talk about like Abraham and Isaac, Ishmael. See, when you in that part of the world, just who you think them people is. They telling you right there who them people are. When it tells you in the Bible that we talk about Noah after the flood, and it says that Ham went one way, Shem went another way, and Japheth, Noah's three sons. They talk about the cursing, we talk about the cursing and all that. And so wherever they went on the earth, they started know they had their wives and stuff, start reproducing, But the thing about it is that they started talking about, how generations, generation had had grown on, started, to repopulate the earth after the flood. I think I had a Bible close by, King James version. We talk about the earth being one language. You see, there's a lot of people that try to deceive a lot of people. Then we get over here to chapter 12. Chapter 12. Star Abram. Because see, before chapter 12, you got all these generations and generations and generations. After the flood, after the flood. So, see, when you see all these generations, the Niger Congo and Africa gonna tell you the same thing I'm telling you. They're gonna say the same thing when you see them generations. Before chapter 12, when they talk about the generation of Shem, you see, it said, now it said in chapter 10, that's what it is, chapter 10. Then it starts in Genesis chapter 10, it talks about the generations of Shem, the son of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Who talked that way? When you say Noah. So you have to ask, you go around the planet, linguistics, and you ask, who, who talked that way? When you say Shem, Ham, and Japheth. See, that's Afro-Asiatic language. That's Afro-Asiatic language. And Niger Congo don't speak that way. Niger Congo don't speak that way. But Nilo-Saharan is a possibility. They may talk that way. It's a possibility, man. But the point we making is this, that the people that you're talking about, that want people to follow them is the Afro-Asiatic. We, the African traditional religion. You try to use the Bible, you're not gonna make me follow, you know, because the African traditional religion goes all the way back. So the Afro-Asiatic, with their handwriting and going around talking about the Bible is holy, it's sacred. This is their method of passing these stories down with the handwriting. And this is who these people is. This is who these people are. It's the Afro-Asiatic. So in chapter 10, yeah, it's chapter 10. It's chapter 10. So then you go to chapter 11, it talks about the one language and the one speech. And it tells you about a land, it said what? Found a plain in the land of Shinar. Now, do you think I'm gonna sit up here and argue with you about talking about is the Bible true or not? That's not what I'm not gonna argue about it. What I want to know, who are these people you talking about? Cause see, the Niger Congo, it's not in here. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm saying that this is not the Niger Congo. This is the Afro-Asiatic, and this is what they intentionally did. They want you to follow them. Want you to listen to them. And see, it's in chapter 11, starting at let's start from the first verse. Start from first from the first verse, where he talks about the one language and the one speech, and then you go down verse number 2. He talks about the land of Shinar. Now the Niger Congo. No, do you see anywhere on the continent of Africa about the land of Shinar? See, that's what I don't want you to think that I'm trying to prove that the Bible is true. That's not what I'm trying to prove. I'm not going to argue with nobody about the Bible being true. Oh, this proves that the Bible is true. It's God's word. I'm not trying. All I'm trying to say is that the people that did this, the Afro-Asiatic, where's the land of Shinar? It's not on the continent of Africa. Who speak the way? Who speak that way? Whose language is that? Shinar. It's not Niger Congo. It's not Niger Congo. And it talks about the tower, and then in verse number 5 it said, and the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men building. It said that the Lord, in verse number 6, and the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. And in verse number 7 it said, the Lord said, confound their language that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence, on the face of all the earth. And they left out to build the city. And then in verse number 9 it tells that that's the reason why God named it, Babel. Because the Lord did confound their language of all the earth. And from this did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of the earth. See, that's another thing when you say earth. See, you need to pay attention to the language. Now, we know that the Bible has been translated by the King James Version. That's what I'm reading from, the King James Version. And then still in chapter 11, starting in verse number 10, it starts talking about the generation of Shem. See, go back to chapter 10, he started talking about, in verse number 2, he started talking about the generation of Japhet. And then in verse number 6, he started talking about the sons of Ham. And then when you say Ham, there people be saying Hamitic, Hamites, and Cushite, Cushite. Who's those people today? That's them people over in Somalia. That's what they call the Cushite. And Mizraim and Put, Phut, Put, and Canaan. Who are the Canaanites? See, some people still living today. Canaanites, they Afro-Asiatic. Not Niger Congo. And then it tells you over in verse 22, chapter 10, still in chapter 10, verse 21. Verse 21, it says, unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japhet, the elder, even to him were children born. See, it tells, see, so who are these people living on the earth today? It's the Afro-Asiatic. It's the Afro-Asiatic. So let's go back over, we're going to go to chapter 12 now when we get over to Abram. Where it says in chapter 12, verse number 1. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father unto the land that I will shew thee. And it says, let me skip down here. Let's go to verse number 5. No. We'll go to number 4, verse number 4. It says, so Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. Where did he depart from? Haran. Now the Niger Congo, they know where this place is, Haran. So when the Niger Congo, when they in chapter 12, verse number 4, and it says, what do it say? Read that again. It says, so Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot. See, you see how the people talk? Who name is Lot? What group of people on this planet would have the name Lot? Went with him. And Abram was 75 years old. And when he departed out of Haran, through the Niger Congo, from Senegal all the way down to South Africa. Where is Haran? That's where Abram departed from. And Abram took Sarai, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the soul that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go unto the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. So they were going to the land of Canaan, And it says in verse number 5, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh, of Morea, Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. And he removed, okay. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land. And there built he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel. Now the Niger Congo, they know what Bethel, and pieces 10 heaven, Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he built an altar unto the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. See, pay attention to this. See, you don't have to think of it get into an argument. See, there are people trying to do that. I can prove the archaeologists are out there digging underground, and they're gonna prove that this is God's word. No, see, that's the way they talk to people. They're gonna go out there and dig on the ground and say they found Bethlehem. They found Jerusalem. And that means that this is God's word. But see, the Niger Congo don't need to dig in the ground to prove anything. Only thing they need to know, only thing the Niger Congo tell you that that's the Afro-Asiatic. Now what they're supposed to prove? They don't prove anything. And then you keep using this handwriting. Don't prove that that's right, that it's sacred, that it's holy. Only thing you prove is that it's the Afro-Asiatic and not the Niger Congo. That's what you prove. And I'm saying the same thing. That it's the Afro-Asiatic. It's not no black, white, brown, yellow, red. It's the Afro-Asiatic. And it could be some Nilo-Saharan. So when you get close to Egypt, could be some Nilo-Saharan. Not just in Egypt, could be right over there in Bethel and all that. But you don't hear no Niger Congo. And then with the Niger Congo will say the same thing. That's what you prove. That it's not the Niger Congo. And that's what I'm saying. It's not the Niger Congo. Because when you see it in Bethel, and when Abram left Haran, see the Niger Congo, when they hear that, they already know that's not Niger Congo. So when we study African traditional religion, and then you're going to straddle the fence with the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Quran, and just going back and forth for no reason. It's the Afro-Asiatic. Simple as that. In the Old Testament. And then from the Old Testament go to the New Testament. And it says here, we're still in chapter 12. We're still on chapter 12. And it says that they said Abram journeyed going on still toward the south. See, he going south now, he going south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt. He went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarah his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptian beheld a woman that she was very fair. The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake, and he had sheep and oxen, and he answered, and men servants and maid servants, and she answered, and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why sayest thou, She is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife? Now therefore, behold, thy wife, take her, and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. So I'm going to stop right there on the Bible part. We're going to stop right there, but we're going to come back to the Old Testament on our next video. That's enough to get us started right there. That's enough right there to get us started, you know. On my previous video that I done, we was able to get the information on that was left by Dr. Aloysius M. Lugira, and a very important person, And I hope that you was able to go to the website, to the curriculum vitae, curriculum vitae, and you will see that this man is very well educated. And also, you went to the link, the Nkime Monkey Clan, and you see that this man is a VIP. His family heritage, and so when they brought up the issue that the Rastafarians said that Haile Selassie, the emperor of Ethiopia, was referred to in the Old Testament and in the New Testament because he was the emperor from Ethiopia. Well, your ignorance of Niger Congo history, I don't know how you could not see the kings and queens in sub-Saharan Africa, from Senegal all the way down to South Africa, for you to say to me and to the Niger Congo, from Senegal all the way down to South Africa, that Haile Selassie is in the Bible. That was the Rastafarians say. But you don't see, the Rastafarians don't see all the kings and queens from Senegal all the way down to South Africa. How is that? How is that? How is it that you can say such things about Ethiopian, the Afro-Asiatic, and all this stuff you say about the emperor of Ethiopia, but you don't see all the kings and queens from Senegal all the way down to South Africa? How is that? How is it that you don't see the kings and queens from Senegal all the way down to South Africa? Let's just take for instance Professor Dr. Lugiri and his family in Uganda, and when they talk about the Bugande kingdom, and you talking about, and the Rastafarians talking about Emperor Haile Selassie, they call him Rastafari, Tafari. That's Ethiopian, man. That's Amharic language. That's the Afro-Asiatic. See, that type of stuff is not acceptable in this day and time no more. Shouldn't have to continue to put up with your ignorance. And then they got the nerve to try to look up stuff in the Bible and going to get encyclopedias and all that and try to show you. Man, you can't show me nothing, man. Don't show me a damn thing. You can't show me nothing but your ignorance. That's the only thing you showing, your damn ignorance. They go for you, the Nation of Islam, the 5% nation, the Moorish Science Temple, all the black Hebrew Israelites. The only thing you showing your damn ignorance. That's all you showing, your damn ignorance. Because on my previous video we was talking about we were reading from Dr. John S. M. Beatty, African Religions and Philosophy. And we was in what chapter? We was in chapter 3, the concept of time. Chapter 3, the concept of time. And we started with A, potential time, in actual time. So we're gonna read from we're gonna read B. We're gonna read some of B. Uh, Time reckoning and chronology. And it says here, it says when Africans reckon time, it is for a concrete and specific purpose. Its connection with events, but not just for the sake of, mathematics. It says since time is a composition of events, people cannot do not people cannot and do not reckon it in vacuum. Numerical uh, calendars, with one or two possible exceptions, do not exist in African traditional society, as far as I know. If such calendars exist, they are likely to be of a short duration, stretching back perhaps a few decades, but certainly not into the realm of centuries. Instead of numerical calendars, there are what one would call phenomenon calendars, in which the events or phenomena which constitute time are reckoned or considered in their relation with one another and as they take place, as they constitute time. For example, as an expectant mother counts the lunar months of her pregnancy, a traveler counts the number of days it takes him to walk in former years from one part of the country to another. The day, the month, the year, one's lifetime, or human history are all divided up or reckoned according to their specific events. For it is these that make them meaningful. For example, the rising of the sun is an event which is recognized by the whole community. It does not matter, uh, therefore, whether the sun rises at 5 a.m. or 7 a.m., so long as it does not matter whether the meeting takes place at 5 a.m. or 7 a.m., so long as it is during the general period of sunrise. Likewise, it does not matter whether people go to bed at 9 p.m. or at 12 midnight. The important thing is the event of going to bed, and it is immaterial whether in one night this takes place at 10 p.m., while in another it is at midnight. For the people concerned, time is meaningful at the point of the event and not as at the mathematical moment. In Western or technological society, time is a commodity which must be utilized, sold and bought. But in traditional African life, time has to be created or produced. Man is not a slave of time. Instead, he makes as much time as he wants. It said when foreigners, especially from Europe and America, come to Africa and see people sitting down somewhere without evidently doing anything, they often remark, these Africans waste their time by just sitting down idle. Another common cry is, oh, Africans are always late. It is easy to jump to such judgments, but they are judgments based on ignorance of what time means to African peoples. Those who are seen sitting down are actually not wasting time, but either waiting for time or in the process of producing time. One does not want to belabor this small point, but certainly the basic concept of time underlies and influences the life and attitudes of African people in the villages, and to a great extent those whose work who live in the cities as well. Among other things, the economic life of the peoples is deeply bound to their concept of time, and as we shall attempt to indicate, many of their religious concepts and practices are intimately connected with this fundamental concept of time. The day is the day in traditional life is reckoned according to its significant events. For example, among the Angkor of Uganda, cattle are at the heart of the people. Therefore, the day is reckoned in reference to events pertaining to cattle. Thus, approximately 6 a.m. is milking time, 12 noon is time for cattle and people to take rest. Since after milking the cattle, the herdsmen drive them out to the pasture grounds, and by noon, when the sun is hot, both herdsmen and cattle need some rest. 1 p.m. is the time to draw water from the wells or the rivers before cattle are driven there to drink. When they would pollute it or would be a hindrance to those drawing and carrying the water. 2 p.m. is time for cattle to drink, and the herd will drive them to the watering places. 3 p.m. is the time when cattle leave their watering places and start grazing again. 5 p.m. is the time when the cattle return home, being driven by the herdsman. And 6 p.m. is the time when the cattle enter their kraals or sleeping places. 7 p.m. is milking time again before the cattle sleep, and this really closes the day. Okay, it said the month, lunar rather than numerical months, are reckoned because of the events of the moon's changes. In the life of the people, certain events are associated with particular months, so that the months are named according to either the most important events or the prevailing weather conditions. For example, there is the hot month, the month of the first rain, the weeding month, the beans harvest month, the hunting month. It does not matter whether the hunting month lasts 25 or 35 days. The event of hunting is what matters, much more than the mathematical length of the month. We should take an example from the Latupa people to show how the events govern the approximate reckoning of the month. It says October is called the sun because the sun is very hot at that time. December is called give your uncle water because water is very scarce and people become thirsty readily. February is called let them dig because it is at this time that people begin to prepare their fields for planting since the rains are about to return. May is known as grain in the ear, for at that time grain begins to bear. June is called dirty mouth, but because children can now begin to eat the new grain, and in so doing, get their mouths dirty. July is known as drying grass because the rains stop, the ground becomes dry, and the grass begins to wither. August is sweet grain, when people eat and harvest sweet grain. September is known as sausage tree because at this time the sausage tree begins to bear fruit. The fruits, the fruit looks like a huge sausage, hence the name. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this part because it's about 2 paragraphs left. And so the cycle is complete. The natural phenomenon began to repeat themselves once more, and the year is over. Say the year is likewise composed of events, but of a wider scale than those which compose either the day or the month. Where the community is agricultural, it is the seasonal actions that compose the agricultural year. Near the equator, for example, people will recognize 2 rain seasons and 2 dry seasons. When the number of season period is completed, then the year is also complete. Since it is these 4 major seasons that make up an entire year, the actual number of days is irrelevant, since a year is not reckoned in terms of mathematical days, but in terms of events. Therefore, one year might have 350 days, while another year has 390 days. The years may and often do differ in their length according to days, but not in their seasons and other regular events. Since the years differ in mathematical length, numerical calendars are both impossible and meaningless in traditional life. Outside the reckoning of the year, African time concept is silent and indifferent. People expect the years to come and go in an endless rhythm like that of day and night, and like the waning and waxing of the moon. They expect the events of the rain season, planting, harvesting, dry season, rain season, again, planting grain, planting again, and so on to continue forever. Each year comes and goes, adding to the time dimension of the past, endlessness or eternity. For them is something that lies only in the region of the past, something intense. Number 9 of our chart, multiplied endless time. In chapter 9 of our chart, when Christians speak of eternity in Katambe or Kikuyu, they say tini ne tini, tini and tini, or the period or state of tense number 9 multiplied by itself. This means that which is eternal lies beyond the horizon of events making up human experience or history. I'm gonna stop right there. I just been reading from Dr. John S.M.B. African Religions and Philosophy. We're reading on time. I'm gonna get ready to end today's video. And again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis. It's in the state of Tennessee, it's in the county of Shelby. Thank all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement and support. I'm gonna come back on my next video. We're gonna continue to talk about we're gonna continue to highlight that the Afro-Asiatic is the people that's in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and that is not the Niger Congo people. And it could possibly be some Nilo-Saharans, but it's not the Niger Congo. So we'll continue trying to get over this head cold. Until my next video, take care of yourself. Wish each and every one of you very best.